So, a little about me. My name is Adrian Cooks. I have my bachelor's degree in political science and government with a minor in marketing. I thought that this would be a good opportunity to share the things that I've learned with experience, hopefully help you along the way. So, what have I learned? My top three takeaways from that marketing class are the following: price is not necessarily cost. The differences between primary and secondary research, and the definition of the marketing environment in general. So, what am I saying? Price doesn't equal cost. Well, price doesn't equal cost because price is comprised of your fixed costs, your variable costs, plus your margin. A good example of a fixed cost is going to be the mortgage payment. That's going to be if you're on a fixed rate mortgage, for example, for a multifamily commercial real estate deal. That monthly payment is always going to be the same. That's going to be a baseline. Your variable costs are going to be commissions, for example, paid out to employees. So let's just say X employee rents out, or Adrian employee rented out a couple units and has a commission check that varies depending on market demand and depends on how many leases can be obtained. That's going to change on top of the fixed cost that's going to be the base salary or base hourly rate. Your margin's basically what you earn on what you decide is viable for the market on top of what your fixed costs are. So you have your fixed costs, your variable costs, and the amount you want to earn on top of that to be a profitable enterprise. So the second thing that I learned about from my marketing class was about the differences between primary and secondary research. Secondary research, starting with the second one first. Secondary research is basically information that's readily available to yourself, your competitors, or even the general public. A good example of that would be the census. So you can go through demographics, income levels, and companies that have transitioned into that area through the census.gov or data.gov websites. Primary research is research that's proprietary. It's something that's exclusive to your company and is necessary because it's basically the research that the company does on a particular area to determine whether a business case is viable to set up shop in that particular zip code or area, defined area. The last point I wanted to share was about the marketing environment. The marketing environment is comprised of the macroeconomic environment, and the immediate environment. The immediate environment is comprised of the company's sponsors, the company itself, and its immediate competitors in the market space. The macroeconomic factors can be everything from demographics, social norms, or the state of the general economy, whether that's regionalized or nationally. Let's get a little bit more specific. So I'm going to choose multifamily as an example for this. An example of the immediate marketing environment for multifamily in this case would be a competitor. So, for example, you can have 4 blocks of apartments, and those are all within the same 1 square mile, and those are your competitors. Those are your direct contacts. Those are your direct people that you are competing against in order to win the business of future residents or prospects in this case. An example of the macroeconomic environment, I'm going to just pull a very big one, the economy. You can have the highest quality apartment on the planet, but if the economic environment is in a recession, then there's going to need to be a breaking point between what you can charge to be profitable and what customers are willing to pay. So that's an example of the macroeconomic environment. It's something that's not necessarily in your control, but something you have to adapt to as the economy goes into swings of prosperity and recession. And so yeah, that's what I've learned. Those are some of the key takeaways I've learned from my marketing 1311 class. Just to sort of summarize everything, There is the concept that price does not equal cost. There's the concept of the primary versus secondary research or research methodologies. And lastly, there is the marketing environment, which is comprised of your immediate versus your macroeconomic factors. Hope you enjoyed this video. I want to give a big thank you to Professor Nancy Westbrook for proctoring the class and seeking me out as a resource as well. And I'll be up for the rest of your day. Cheers.